ever-present sound of heavy breathing, growing louder, closer. Maggie ran, her legs trembling, but no matter how fast she moved, the darkness of the house seemed to stretch on forever. The walls warped and twisted, the shadows reaching for her, pulling her back toward the mirror. As she stumbled into the main hallway, she saw it. Him, standing just beyond the threshold of the room where the mirror had once been. The mirror man was no longer confined to the glass. The last thing Maggie heard before the darkness swallowed her whole was the sound of his hollow laughter, echoing through the endless corridors. Maggie's disappearance became another layer to the growing mystery of the abandoned house. At first, people thought she might have just run off, perhaps frightened by her own imagination. But as days passed, the reality set in. Maggie was gone, and there was no trace of her. The authorities searched the house, but they found nothing but dust-covered furniture, cobwebs, and a cold, unsettling atmosphere. No signs of struggle. No signs of life. The mirror, once hanging in the corner of the room, was gone. Vanished without explanation. Rumors started to spread. Some said Maggie had never left, that she was still trapped in the house, wandering the halls in a never-ending loop of fear. Others whispered that she had become part of the mirror man's world, her soul now lost to the reflection, forced to stare into that endless abyss for eternity. A few months later, an unsuspecting teenager dared to visit the house, emboldened by the thrill of facing the town's most feared legend. With a group of friends, they stood before the now emptied room, a darkened space where the mirror had once been. They laughed nervously, mocking the tale, but as the clock struck midnight, one of them decided to call out the name. The Mirror Man. The rest of the group hesitated, half expecting something to happen. There was a long, uncomfortable silence. Then, out of the corner of the room, a flicker of movement caught their attention. A shadowy figure, tall and lean, stepped into view. The teenager froze, their heart pounding in their chest. It was him, the Mirror Man. But this time, he wasn't alone. Behind him, standing in the darkness of the room, a pale face emerged, twisted with terror. It was Maggie. Her eyes were wide and glassy, her face hollowed out by years of fear, staring endlessly into the void of the Mirror Man's reflection. Her mouth hung open, as if in a silent scream, but no sound came from her lips. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, both the Mirror Man and Maggie vanished, swallowed back into the shadows of the room. The friends fled, not looking back. After that night, no one ever dared to enter the house again.